everybody. Hi class. So today we're going to learn about how music is important to different people around the world and how it's important to you. So what you're going to be doing today is we're going to be learning about music and how it's important to us and why it's important to us. And you're going to just write a little tiny bit about how music's important to you. So the first thing we're going to do is I have this video and we're going to listen to different types of music around the world and what it sounds like. And really pay attention and see if you can hear different things in the music, like if different languages are spoken or some sort of instrument that's used that you don't recognize. Go ahead and pay attention to those things, okay? So let's skip ahead and play another song. Okay, so there's another example of music, and if you can listen, the languages are different from different songs, and then a lot of the instruments used are also different. So let's listen to one more. So music is really important to people around the world because it's part of culture. It's a part of where you come from and it's part of who you are. So music is really important in that way. So I want you to go ahead and with your elbow partner, I want you to talk about how music is important to you and how it's important to your family and how it's part of your family. So go ahead, just give a couple minutes with your elbow buddy and talk about that. All right, and then we'll come back. Okay, so after talking with your elbow partner, I want you to get your brainstorming paper that I've handed out to you, and I want you to just write down all the things you and your elbow partner talked about. Talk about why music is important to you and why it's important to your family, and you know how music is really a big part of your family. So go ahead and just write that down on your brainstorming paper really fast, just to give you some quick ideas on what to write about. Give you a few minutes for that. Okay, so now that you've done that, I'm going to show you an idea of what you could write about. So this one's mine. I wrote, music is important to my family because it reminds us of our home country. That is why music is important to us. So what you're going to do is you're just going to write your first sentence. Just write, music is important to my family, or you can write, music is important to my community or to my grandpa. And I just want you to write what your main idea of your writing is going to be about. Okay? So go ahead and write that down really quick. Okay? Next, you're going to write why it's important to that member of your family, why it's important to your community, and kind of give an example. So I wrote, it reminds us of our home country. So go ahead and write down just an idea of why you think, look at your brainstorming paper if you need to, and just write down why it's important to your family, why it's important to your community, and go ahead and write that down. That'll be your second sentence, okay? All right. So now for your conclusion, you're gonna write something just to finish it off, to end all your ideas. So I just wrote, that is why music is important to us, okay? So you could write something like that. You could write, you know, something just to end it, just to kind of finish off your writing, conclude it, finish your ideas, okay? So once you've had that written up, I'll leave that right there, we are going to be learning about something called revising. Does anybody know what revising means? Okay, so revising is when you take big pieces of your writing and you delete parts, you add new parts, you change different parts, just to make your writing maybe make more sense. So this sentence right here, music is important to my family, because it reminds us of our home country. That doesn't really make sense. Usually sentences don't really start with because. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna get rid of this period right there. And then I'm gonna have this sentence that says, music is important to my family because it reminds us of our home country. That makes a little bit more sense. And then if you wanted to, you could move this around, you could change this part, you can add stuff. So I'm going to add my family and I love it. Okay, so you can add different things, you can change things, making sure it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so do that with your green marker. Go ahead and take your green marker and go ahead and move things around, change things so it makes more sense. And then go ahead and give that a read through in your head. Give that a little read through or whisper voices. And you're gonna make sure that sounds okay. You're gonna make sure that sounds right. All right, so that is called revising. Do you guys remember what revising is? It's changing things to make it more sense. So you add things, you get rid of things, you change it to make more sense. Okay? So when you're done with that, get out your red markers. Okay, we're gonna do something called editing. So this stage in the writing process, editing, is where you fix little mistakes, like if you forgot to capitalize something, or you forgot to add a period, or something is spelled wrong. That is what you do during the editing stage. So go ahead, take your red markers, and I'm gonna just make sure that I didn't make any mistakes. So I'm gonna read through. Music is important to my family because, oh, I already found one. The B right here should be lowercase because it's in the middle of a sentence. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a lowercase b and keep reading. Because it reminds us, oh, find another one, that comma shouldn't be there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cross it off. Because it reminds us of our home country. Okay, does this word look right? I think I spelled that word wrong, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix it. Crossing off that, adding a Y. That looks much better. Okay, that is why music is important to us. My family and I love it. Okay, so the rest looks all good. I think I've fixed all my mistakes. So once you've done that, your paper is all done. And what you would do next is you would just rewrite it so that it doesn't look all marked up, and then you're done. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and take your paper that you've written, you're gonna pass it to your partner on your right, and you're gonna have them read it. And then you'll read the person on your right, and you'll share your ideas and see what you think. Good job, everybody.